Funketeers, Tim Fielder, visual Afrofuturist and graphic novelist, here with Live Drawing with Tim Fielder. It is Monday, December 8th. We are rocking and rolling. We are live on most of the thingies here. We are live now on TikTok. We are live on YouTube. We are live on... I was trying to work with Twitter a little bit today, but we'll see. But we are live on all major socials except for Instagram, which is weird because I got banned because someone said I was suicidal, which is weird. But I'm very much alive, as you guys can see, still working on my action adventure comic and doing my thing. I had a pretty good weekend. I was very impressed with the Black Comics Lords guys. That was a good interview, and also work with the Digimentors and their New York Times read along. I have multiple venues that I show my work at every week. I guess I'll take a moment here to show you guys a little bit of that stuff because that might be helpful for you to see. I'm always constantly outputting work because it's part of what I do. So I'll just go here. I think I'll let's bring this Google page down here. In fact, this will be useful because you'll see that I've been trying to get Twitter to work. I did upgrade to premium, but I gotta see what's going on with that. But it's okay. So anyway, we'll go here to Instagram. It'll be the best place to show it. Here, we'll go to my main page here. I see a post from Calvin Reed. Calvin Reed, good friend there. Let's see here. We're going to go to our regular profile page. Of course, earlier today we had yet another episode of Hi John Conqueror went live. Let's see where our views are. Our views are, and I show this stuff because it's useful. Oh, it's at 108. Okay, that's good because that was a point where it was at 2. So it's growing, and I feel good about that. This is one of the other things here that I shall just play this. Whoops. Probably might be good to actually turn the desktop on. What do you think? Let's go here. All right, so here we go. This is the thing I'm doing with New York Times read along. Let's go here. Let's keep going. So that was fun to do because it was done as they would put they would read along with the New York Times and talk about the stories of the day. In this particular case here is some issues in federal government where there's been accusations of war crimes, and this was the Admiral Halsey, who actually quit. He resigned from his position several months ago, and it looks like he got out at the right time because they were probably asking him to blow up boats, perhaps, and that didn't go over that well. So he was the subject of the day in New York Times, and as Shri and Neil were reading about that, as one of the sponsors of the show, I try to provide editorial cartooning or portraiture for that. Additionally, see here, part of what we did here, like we had this here going. So that was fun. That was a character from Milestones, which is hardware. And of course, you can see here portraits of different people with Black Comic Lords, which is a pretty substantial group. I got 97,000, I think, followers on Facebook. I don't know, which is a ridiculous number. It's pretty good. And drew different people like TJ Sterling, Chuck Brown, and then a lot of BCL folks, which is good, as well as a few vendors. I couldn't draw everybody because it was just, after a while, it's ridiculous. And I do have my own work I need to do. But it was great, and hope to be able to post to their forums with Hi John and stuff, because that was fun to do. Anyway. So let's get to some drawing here. I'm going to minimize this for the moment. Again, this is live drawing with Tim Fielder. My name is Tim Fielder, and I am known for actually getting a little chilly here. So let me put my hoodie on here. But it's weird. I'm wearing the kind of Rastafari thing here. So I am known for doing this book, Infinitum and Afrofuturist Tale. This book here, Maddie's Rocket, and this book here, Graphic History Hip Hop. I would like to eventually get to the point where I begin live streaming. I was trying to live stream before Black Friday, but that did not happen. But that's okay. I have to learn to forgive myself. I'm not committing some evil sin by doing that. Just need to just do the best I can to produce the best work I can, and work it from there. All right, so we've got YouTube is going strong. Both YouTubes are going strong. Let's go here. Let me refresh that. Facebook is going strong. Now, I think, I'm not entirely sure, but that would mean that, let's see here. Let's go to... Okay, I don't know what that is. I'm not going to worry about that. Here, I'm going to go to my Tim Fielder Facebook group and to see if this is playing live. So we'll go here. We'll go to our desktop. And right now, I see the Hi John thing, but I would say this is probably not visible. That's okay, because I'll just quickly go back and do a copy the URL for that and repost. So hang on one second here. Let's go here. This is going good. All right, this is good here. We're going to go back to this guy here. It's a lot of features in this, I would have to say. There's always something to keep track of with this, and that's okay. I don't mind doing it. I don't mind keeping track with it. I've been going about 9 minutes. I'm going to see if I can go for about an hour or two here, and we should be able to rock as well. Okay, there we go. I've been doing quick drawings lately, and it's really giving me the feeling that I want to start to draw more. I feel like I need to draw more loose stuff. That's one of the things that I'm just feeling like the need and desire to want to be able to do that. But like I say, everything in time. It looks like we're moving on Substack, which is great. LinkedIn is still going well. Let's see. Let's check again. Come on, LinkedIn. Okay. Yes, LinkedIn. We're moving there. That's good to see. Again, the only one that's acting a fool is Instagram, but that's okay. We're not going to worry about it. Okay, so let's do this here. I think I'm going to take this here. All right, we got some charging here going. I don't know if this is going to work, but we're not going to worry about it for right now. And if that falls off, I'm not going to worry about it. Let's check my, which screen are we going to check? We're going to check straight ahead. Straight ahead is working. That's good. All right, we'll go back to our desktop here. All right. So let me just move this right here down. This will be good for you guys to see this. So I'm always constantly working on multiple projects, graphic history. Hello, Rodrigo. Hello, Jackson. Evil, I guess that's what that is. How you guys doing there? And you can see here, I'm. This was my drawing. I laid the tones in. This is where the main villains. This is one of their lairs and stuff. And you can see there how I'm utilizing VizCom to add in rendering, following my lighting instructions and the elements there. So if we zoom into this, see if we can zoom into this. I don't know if we can. Yeah, we can. All right, good. So let's check here. Let's see what's happening. So you see all these different soldiers and stuff like that. Let's zoom here. Oh, wrong one. So if we go here, I don't know if that horse got caught up there, but we'll see. All right, so it didn't do it. So these are the type of things that I have to go in and draw those elements in there. But it did a very good job, soft shadows and things like that. So I'm very, very happy with the way this turned out. It was pretty awesome the way that went down there. Let's see here. We're going to minimize this because I don't think we need it open now. I'm going to do a little drawing here because I feel like I need to. You know, the weekend was good. Got a lot of like social work done, social media work done, but I need to really just like get more drawing done, and that's okay. I'm very fortunate, and that one of the things that I'm able to do is just draw all day. Okay, so this is a drawing here I done a while ago. I'm actually updating the site for Hydra and Conqueror. You can see here is the image drawing that I had done here. Now, here's the interesting thing. This is set to multiply, right? But what I did was I made certain elements darker because when that is superimposed over this image. So this is my original drawing. I took that into VizCom and got this here. So I had to go over this and do some painting, do some things like that. So this is good. So now I can go here. So this is called John Axe. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to save this image because I don't really want to do my drawings in Photoshop. I want to do the drawings. These are all elements that'll be coming up soon here. Again, one of the things I do on Live Drawing with Tim Field is I show how the sausage is made. That is the objective for me, to be able to show how I do my work. That is what I tend to do. So if you're interested in seeing how I put together my stuff, this is the show for you. I've been told that I might be a little dry in my delivery, but you know what? Whatever. It's not that I don't care. It's just that I'm going to do what I got to do. All right. So let's go here. So that was called John Axe AI, right? And these are all things from tomorrow, which I'll work on. But I just want to warm up a little bit here. Let's go here. And we're going to drag this into this. There we go. All right. Now, why did I do that? I did this because what tends to happen is I find that Clip Studio Paint is a more ergonomic drawing program. For me, it works. It really, really does a fantastic job. Right? But I just want to blur a few things here. I don't want to go crazy with it. So let me just blur a few things. And my machine here is definitely starting to experience some lag. So, you know, if I have to, I don't know, bump to something else, I will. So the one cool thing that I'm doing here is I'm able to soften up some of these shadows. Now, I will say this kind of lag likely started when I loaded TikTok on. I think it could either be that, or it could be that one of the extra external hard drives that I hooked up to my unit to make sure that I keep on top of my backups. That's an important thing for me. Okay, so we got that. That's pretty good. Let me just go here a little bit. All right, this is High John and Zax. All right, now watch this. So now we're gonna go through. We're gonna, even though this is like the white on there, we're gonna do this. All right, so that is the black and white variant. But what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna just bump that down a little bit. See, I can bump that down and still retain the line work. That's pretty good. But now, what I had done here was I put in edge lights on the side. See how it's on the left there? That's something that I'll paint in. But the first thing I want to do is I want to go here. What I'm going to start doing here is I'm going to go to this layer here. I'm going to grab my eraser here, and I want a soft edge. And what I'm going to do is just begin to erase a little bit around here, because we don't want that line to be so hard. I want it to be softer, in fact. See? So we make it softer. That means that that won't be so harsh a line. It'll allow the white edge light to show through more prominently, which is what we're looking to do. See? All right, much better, much better. We could even go here if we want. I have to erase all of it, but we have to erase some of it, just to give us some element. See how that's working there? All right, now that's pretty good there. Yes. All right, now we'll go here. So here's where now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my blend tool here. Go to blend. Let's zoom in here. And I might go through here and add a little bit more aggressive highlights. But for right now, this will be good. All right. Right now, this is set to normal, which I don't mind. Need to get this point here. We're set to blend. And it's blending. A little slow and sluggish, which is not what I prefer. I prefer my stuff to be, close to real time if we can. Hello, Salah. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Forgive me. And go here. Okay, there we go. So I'm able here to actually take these things here and just kind of just blend them. Just blend them. There we go. Boom. Bam. There we go. All right, I can kind of like live with that one. I might have to tweak a little bit here. Now let's go on the sides here. Now, it's like when you use a kind of a scratchy, a kind of a very cross-hatchy surface, that's okay. But what will happen is when you smooth these things out and you soften the edges, they take on photoreal phenomena. That's what they do. It's because it implies that there's texture in these areas. See how that's now looks softer there? And once I hit it with a blending channel, that'll be even a more dynamic effect. Okay, this is good. All right. Now I hate the sluggishness of this particular thing, and part of that again is very frustrating. But we'll just keep going because that's what we do. We keep drawing anyway. All right, this is interesting though. Look at that. Look how that's looking there. Not terrible. All right, look at that. That is not bad. Not bad. Now, the only thing I might end up doing is I might, maybe, just maybe, I might darken up some of these things here. Man, that looks pretty intense there. Okay, that's good there. This here will be okay. Let me just take this right here, because this right here is a more a piece of leather, so it's okay if that looks a little bit a straight line there. That's all right. Go here. Okay, that's good. Now we just need to get the shoulder here, shoulder action. I'm gonna take a bigger brush here. There we go. See? That bigger brush works. There we go. Alrighty. Okay. Not looking terrible. Just a little side there. Let's tweak a little bit of that. Now what I'm doing, wow, that is not terrible. Not terrible. But what it needs is two things. We need to tighten up some of these things with brighter highlights. So I'll do that now. Take actually a sharp marker here. Right there. On his teeth. That's good there. There we go. All right, so now I will pop a little bit of stuff on that as time goes on, but for right now, we're just, just doing this, doing our thing. All right, popping little highlights there. Has to come through and smooth that out. This is an earring on the side there, so that's why I'm giving it that little bit high arch, high edge there. Boom, bam. Okay, this is good. This is good. I tweak that right there. A little bit on the side here. Right there. Yep. There we go. Now we're going to take it on the side here. Yeah, pretty good. There we go. All right, now I'm going to take right there. Put a little bit on there. There we go. So you see how that eye pops out there a little bit better? All right, now we need to do highlights on his hair here. His hair is somewhat nappy, obviously, because he's African American, and we want a little bit of coarse hair that I guess I used to have when I was younger. I no longer have that now. Alrighty, boom. All right, there we go. So now we will go here on the top. All right. All right, here. There we go. All righty. Now, I think, let's do these shoulders one more time here. There we go. All right, there we go. Not bad. Okay, I think I can live with this, but one thing we're going to do, watch this, guys. So what I'm doing here, I just put like an edge on that. I think that edge. Hello, KB. How you doing? So one of the things I'm doing here is I'm just adding in just a little bit of elements, just to kind of sort of give it a little bit. What I'm doing here is when you're adding in these elements, what you're doing is you're embedding photoreal effects into your drawing. So again, I'm using, the elements of light to kind of like give this right here. I want it to look a little creepy for sure, but you can see what I'm doing here. It's like adding in these things. And right now it's set to normal, but watch what happens when I set it to glow. Yes, I mean, you really can't even see it that much, but that's not bad. Not bad. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to blend this. There we go. Yep, there we go. Yes. Yep. Nice. Okay, so I think we're good there. Now the only other thing I'm debating about doing is smoothing these things out. I can just go through that very quickly like that. Just on this part here, because I did it everywhere else. Now I could, if I wanted to, let me just erase this part here, because this right here is a actual sideburn that's on his face there. So it might be good to just do that. All right, now here's the other thing I got to think about. I got to think about the edge here. All right, so there's this edge here. That's pretty good. But what if I went in this with like a gray edge? I'll show you what I mean here. If I go here, all right, and let's go with a hard edge 2 here. All right, so all we're doing here, we're just putting just a little bit. We're not going crazy with it. We're just like a little bit of edge, very thin edge. All right, and I can even put a little bit there, just a little bit, not too much. And we might go back and erase a little bit there. So that's good. All right, that's good. Now we're going to go here. There we go. And now we can even go here on the ear. See? Tweak a little bit there, maybe a little bit there. So what's happening here is that we're giving an edge light to the rear of his neck and so on. So we just do this. See? That doesn't have to be as pronounced as the one on the right. It can actually be a little bit softer. Watch this. I'm going to make this a little bit thicker here, because this is supposed to be like a cloth, a material, not his skin. There we go. All right, we do this one here. All righty. All right. Now we have this. So I'm going to take the edge here. Watch this. Just a little bit. Just a smidgen. All right, there we go. So you see that? So this is good here. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, this is going to be a little weird, but that's okay. Now watch this. Smooth that out a little bit there. There we go. All right, I can even go on the side there and bump that down a little bit. That's good. Now, let's go here. Hello, Swede Season, I guess that says. Hello, Swede Season. How you doing there? Go here. And go on this side. Whoops, that's a little bit too much. There we go. Let's zoom in here so we can not be so harsh on this. Right there. See? That's soft there. Now we can do this. See? Now, although I have this in place here, and I feel pretty good about that. That's pretty good. Let's go here. Eyes a little bit too strong. So, because both of the glares here. So I'm going to just hit that. See how I hit that there? So that's pretty good there. I like that. I like that. That's not bad. Wow. He looks pissed off. Right. Yeah, I think we got that. I like the way this looks. I kind of like the low, kind of blown out background here. One of the things I will do is I will do a Command A on this, and then I'm going to take this tool here and I'm going to cut off the exact bottom of this, I think, because we need to have yeah. Okay, that's not terrible. Let's go here and see how much of that did we lose. Did we lose much of it? No, that's pretty good. All right, so here's what we're going to do here. We're going to go here. We're going to go to Edit. Then we're going to go to Crop. So what that did was the bottom part of that image. We got, hello, Master. How you doing? Let me say hi to you there. So many people. I'm not saying hi. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still getting used to this thing here. And I see a bunch of people who said say hi. I need to say hi. You waved at Master. Hello, everybody. All right. So this is from my comic, Comatic, I call it. Hi, John. It's actually done for video, but I'm also building on the website here. It's barbarian kind of Afrofuturist thing here happening. I love the works of Robert E. Howard and that kind of stuff. So this is what I wanted to do, but set during the antebellum period, but pulls a lot of the influence from things like H.P. Lovecraft and all that, but dealing with the Afrofuturist elements, which is going to be a little harsh, but hey, that's part of what being an Afrofuturist is, dealing with harsh stuff. Okay, so there we go. So I like that. Now, I wonder if I should... Let's take a look. So I'm looking at this screen here, but I'm also looking at that screen there. Right, this one right there. Right? So the two different views, because the color scheme is very close, but if you look at that, like this one here looks a little bit darker, and there's a part of me that thinks I need to make it a little, see that? Make that a little bit darker. Let's go to 60. All right, now I can live with that. I can live with that there. That's not terrible. Not terrible. Let's go here. Add glow. All right, now, here's where it's going to get really interesting here. So now I'm going to go here. Because this takes place in a kind of a sort of dusty, desert-like environment. But I think what I want to do, I'm going to keep the highlights here going pretty strong. But what I'm going to do here, create here, and I'm going to take in like a little brown. Here, a little bit of red. Let's go back a little bit harsh there. Right there. Now we're going to take this tool here, and we're going to go zoop. Oh, that's a little bit too Let's make that a little bit brown, reddish. A little bit darker there. All right, that's pretty good. So I'm now, so you can see that highlight popping out there pretty strongly, but now we can go to multiply. So you see what's happening, that's making everything way too dark. But if I go to overlay, that's not bad. I can live with that. But let's turn it off and see what happens. See? But you're losing some of the brown because that gel effect on top of it is a little bit too much. So what I'm going to do here, let's go to soft light. That's better. Let's try it again. Let's zoom into this. Let's zoom into this here. So that's soft light. This is overlay. Yeah, see the soft light, it's too strong. So I think, well, overlay is too, that's overlay. Overlay is too strong. Now I could reduce it down, the resolution, that's not terrible. But let's see what happens when we go back to soft light. Yeah, soft light I like a bit better because it allows the underlying colors to show through. That's not terrible, not terrible. And I think with that right there, the only thing I would do with soft light maybe is to make that. You see what I'm saying? Because if I do that, I mean, that's great. If I do this, that's pretty good too. So I think we can live here now. The only other thing I'm going to do here, because I can be a bit of a jerk, is I'm going to take a little white here. There we go. I just put a little smoke here. And what that smoke will do, wow, that's bogging down there. What that smoke will do is to give us a little bit of kind of atmosphere, similar to what we have with the background elements there. Okay. Yeah, I hope very soon we can have Instagram going again because that really did offer me a lot of feedback. It really did. What I can see here, no comments at the moment, but that's okay. Like I said, we're going to do, we have some views. Thank you so much, guys. This is good. Facebook is rocking. LinkedIn is rocking. Let me just refresh this here a little bit. LinkedIn is rocking. Don't bother. Substack. Ah, man. Instagram. Oof. What a weird thing. All right. So anyway, here we go. We're going to keep going. So we got this here. Let me take, even though that's a kind of a big circle there. All righty. Not terrible. Not terrible. All right, now watch this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go here. And we're going to go to fingertip. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're going to see. Now what we got to do is we got to give this like a kind of a papery, kind of a smoke gaseous feel. And although I would prefer to have more control, I think the kind of sweepiness of it will be okay. I mean, yeah, this is just much better if we can really get the sweepiness there. Let me turn this off. I'm going to shut down Photoshop here because I think my machine here is really starting to bog down. We're going to go here. I think we're good here. Let's see, Giant Axe. Okay, so we're not going to worry about that for right now. All right, then I'm going to Control S. All of these guys here. Now I'm going to shut down Photoshop here. We are not going to save that because I've already, this is all from soon to be viewed episodes of Hi John. Okay, so Photoshop is shut down. All right, now let's go in here. Let's reduce this down in resolution. All right. Go here and doing all these guys together. And it'll catch up soon later. There we go. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to hit this with a filter. I'm going to go to blur. I think we'll go with a little motion blur here. Whoa, wrong direction. Let's change that action here. Let's go like right. That's pretty good. Gonna go okay. Now I'm gonna hit Command T and we're gonna spread this across the front here. See what's happening? All right, that's a little bit too much there. All right. All right. All right, let's go here. I don't want to rotate anything right now. There we go. All right, right about there will work. So now what I can do is just bump this down in resolution. So that makes it appear that there's some kind of, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty good. Now, one of the things, also the other thing I'll do, and this is going to be a little weird. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try. Going to try to see. Let's go right here. And I'm going to go here just because I can. I'm going to add a yellow, kind of like a yellow highlight on that. And I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to see. So we'll just pop in here. Boom. Yeah, that's... Okay. All right, this is gonna be a little weird, but just work with me here. There we go. All right, I want to do one more thing here because this edge is kind of a right there. Yep. Now I could put a little stuff on this. I could do that, but let's see if we go here to blur, what would happen there. All right, we've been going for about 44 minutes. It is now 6:28 Eastern Standard Time. Felt this was necessary to do because I'm creating elements for this website, and I think that yellow there is looking kind of cool, but I think I need to hit that with a little blur, frankly. Let's go with Gaussian blur this time. There we go. Ah, yes. There we go. All right, you see that? Now, let's see what happens if we hit this with a little, look at that glow. Then we turn it down. There we go. I think I don't like to get rid of the glow. Let's go to glow dodge. That's interesting. I like that. That's interesting. Let me just turn this on and off just to see what happens here and see if I'm looking at this the wrong way. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting, but I'm kind of thinking. Yeah, kind of thinking. Yep, I think the little opaque glow is not working. Soft light? Nope. I think dodge, color, glow dodge, or color dodge is the one we're looking for. Oh, we definitely want glow dodge. Okay, good. So we're going to call that an S for save, Command S. And that's pretty good. Let's zoom into this here. That is a pretty intense looking image there. Look at that. That guy there looks like he wants to hurt somebody. He looks like he wants to hurt somebody really, really bad. Hey, that's part of what we're doing. That's it. When you're doing a barbarian epic, that's part of what the deal in the story is. So we gotta accept the brutality that will be, and I get it. Sometimes people look at this type of stuff and they think to themselves, "Wow, why are you showing this violence like that?" Well, I mean, action adventure, Doc Savage, The Avenger, The Shadows, some violent stuff, and that's kind of like what I'm showing here, but doing it within an Afrofuturist context, and it's fun to do, you know. I want to see black barbarians, but I want to look at something that's not so. I'm not trying to do MRO kind of Charles Saunders based stuff, where it's. I'm looking for some alternate reality, but I want to also add some steampunk stuff in there as well, because I touch on that stuff, but I don't run with it as much as I would like to. But I think we're gonna do it now. Okay, this is good. All right. Probably might help to put a signature on there. What do you think? All right, let's go here. Zoom in here. Oh, we're dealing with the wrong two here. Here we go. So this is fun. I'm finding that it's helpful to be able to put up multiple images during the week. It's good. One of the things I have not done is because this is a Photoshop file, is that I haven't recorded the playback. So that's okay. I don't mind doing that. Sometimes that stuff gets a little tedious anyway. 25. There we go. And that's sluggish. That is so sluggish there. So I'm going to take this, move this guy here, probably. I don't know. Oh, that's all right. Let's try it here. Very well. Put it right there on the blade. Whoops. Not outside of the screen image, man. Right there is good. Okay, good. All right, so we got that. I'm going to save this again. Going to save this image. Going to go to save. Okay, good. Now I think we're going to output this, and this will be fun to do. I want to, yeah, the time lapse definitely wasn't safe, but that's okay. I don't mind that. I'm going to export a single layer here. JPEG, Giant X. Do that there. Whoops, come on. Hello, Fry Guy. How you doing? All right, and go here. Now we want to save that in the Hi-Jon Conqueror folder. And maybe what I'll do here is I'll actually, doggone it, don't mean to save it there. Boy, this stuff is sluggish. I wonder what would happen if I stop streaming to TikTok. If that's one of the things that's happening, this thing is bogging down, because this really wasn't doing this till just now. Say Giant Axe. Okay. All right, good. So I think I'm good here, and I think I'll post this because why not? All right, we'll go here. Let's see here. Want to go to, where should I go here? Let's go. Let's save this here. Here. I think we'll go on Instagram there. Yep, there we go. All right. Now, whoops. Before I do that, one of the things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna say, because I find any tags or things like that, it'll be cool if I just show them here. I'm also, again, I am not getting as many valid view hours as I feel like I should be getting, and I think it has more to do with my content is so short that I probably need to be doing more long form. I don't really want to do long forms because they don't take a lot of time for me, but it's just something I have to. It's something I have to look into now. If I want to win, and I'm trying to win here, then I gotta begin to, play the game as it should be played. All right, so we got Command C. Go here. We're gonna save this here. We're gonna create a post. We're gonna select from our folder here. I want to go to Hi-Jon Conqueror 01. This guy looks pretty freaking intense on this. Because some images I want to do, not necessarily in the comic, but some of the kind of like heavy promotional images, they should be pretty hardcore in terms of how stark they are. All right, let's go here. And some of these images are going to be still images. Some of them are going to be video. In this particular case here, this will be, still image. Here we go and go to original. Okay, there we go. Because we don't really want to lose anything here. All right, we'll go to next. Don't want to filter anything. Go here. All right, good. Good. All right, carrots and axe. There we go. So we're going to do Command A, Command C. I'm going to share that. So that's sharing. And I think I'm also going to share it on Facebook as well. And that might be fun. Share on Facebook. I got a lot of work to do before I leave for the holiday. I'm out of here probably sometime around a little bit after, not quite Christmas, but a handful of days before Christmas. Give us enough time to get down south, which will be cool. Let's go here. We'll hit here. We'll go to Facebook here. Facebook, man, Facebook. Oh, what in it, boy? I'm telling you, New York Post, jeez. So I keep telling it I'm not interested in what they're doing here. So we're gonna go here. We're going to go at all, since I have to go more extreme like that. All right, now we're gonna go here to our desktop here, and we should be able to share with that while the stream is ongoing. All right, hang on, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Boom. Pow. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now we're going to drag and drop right there. There we go. All right. Next. There we go. Now, so, okay, so these two are shared. Only one I think, maybe I'll do LinkedIn and Substack. Maybe. Might not do Substack because it might disrupt it. LinkedIn, we do LinkedIn here. There we go. There we go. All right, so I might be able to do Twitter as well. That's pretty intense. What do you guys think? That's pretty intense to me. That's pretty daggum intense, man. All right, so we got this here. What else we got? I'm going to leave Substack alone because I really don't want to lose Substack tonight. So Instagram. And I feel like I was doing Instagram since I'm not really posting there. That'll be helpful. Let's see what the notifications are. Okay, good. We have people there. One of the things I'm about to start experimenting with, I think, is paid ads. Because I think it's like I've been doing this now for about 6 months, which is good. I don't have a problem with doing it, but all I'm really trying to do is to build audience. I'm not necessarily trying to sell anything right now, although, I eventually will have things for sale. I'll be selling the music from the show, from the Comatic series. I'll be selling, as I get enough pages done, I'll be selling the book. There will be a book. But my primary commerce is to give away the story for free, but the payment will be the views. Now, as another thing, hello Wazoo, how you doing? Hello Ivan, good to see you guys. One of the other things I'm strongly debating about is whether or not I want to, let's upload to Twitter here. Eventually I'll start. I think what it is that maybe what I'm putting up is not as I don't know if it's necessarily as tight as it needs to be. So really what I need to do here is to maybe upgrade my utility. Look at this stuff here. Can you guys see this stuff here? This person is taking their drawings and they're turning into 3D objects. This is where I believe we're about to get to now. I believe we're about to get to the point where 2D illustrators who are very technically accomplished are now going to start to turning their drawings into animations. I don't believe this is something that's 3 years off. I don't believe it's 2 years off. I believe it's now. It's happening now. And when you see this type of stuff, that's what's happening. It means that, you don't need a Netflix. You don't need a Warner Brothers. You just need a social media space that's willing to allow you to upload what it is you're doing. Right now, I'm happy with HighJump because it allows me to continue exercising that belief in myself of doing books, doing graphic novels. But you had better believe that doing animated films or moving stories, as I should say, because at this point, I don't even know what we call it, animation. I don't know, and it doesn't even matter. It's just that this is what is happening now. This is what is happening, and it's not going away. So we need to get ready to accept that, whether we like it or not, these things are going to become a real thing. We're going to go here. Okay, good. All right, we're going to go here. One of the things I probably should have done here, which I didn't do before, but it's okay. I'm going to move this right there. Okay, good. And we got a little bit. Okay. I'm going to do that. All right, that's pretty good. I'm going to Command C. I'm going to hit post. That's pretty good. I can live with that. All right, let's go back here to Facebook where we were. And I'm just going to add that part in there. Whoops. Look at that. Look at that, man. Oh, boy, the sluggishness. Sluggish, money penny. Sluggish. Let me check one thing here. I just want to check one thing here. Nope. All right, we don't do that there. Okay. All right, one thing I got to do here. Boom. I want to edit the post here because things I want to do is put that information in there that I think is. I'm going to do it right there. Bam. Next, save. Okay, so we got that saved there. We need to save it on LinkedIn. I'm going to go me, view profile. We just want to edit that post there. There it is. There it is. Okay, that is, boy, that is really, really sluggish there. Boy, I've worked a lot of different places. I don't know if that's a good thing, but I'm kind of done with that now. Just more focused on trying to do my own thing here. Want to edit post. Okay, good. I'll put that right there. Boom. Save. There we go. So that's saved there. We got Facebook saved. Twitter is up. Instagram. Let's go back here. And we want to make this thing here. We're going to edit. Put that right there. Going to go done. Just like that. All right, that's good. I feel good about that. So let's go here. Whoops. All right, one of the things I have not done, which maybe I did, maybe I don't know, maybe a little bit too tentative with it. I need to be more aggressive, but we will figure that out. Let's go here. Oh wow, look at that. That cursor is sweeping all around the place. Let's go here. All right, we want to do this here. All right, let's see if we can post on this. I don't know if we can. Just try here. Let's go boom. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. So it's been fun drawing today, getting this stuff. I do have a lot more work to do tonight. There's going to be a lot of more work to do. But one of the things I cannot tolerate tonight is the sluggishness in my machine. So I think I need to shut it down and let's start getting stuff. Yep. Okay. What is that? We're already part of. What do you mean join group? I'm already part of the group. What's that? That's weird. That's weird. Thought I was already part of Black Comic Lords. But anyway, it don't matter. All right. So we are good. Today is the December 8th. I feel good about what I'm doing, constantly getting my work done. I do need to finish up the next episodes for the remainder of the week for High John, which I think I'll do do today or tonight, and then on to my other stuff I gotta turn in. I'm overdue on. But yeah, it's been a pleasure doing this with you guys tonight. This stuff is not perfect, but I love doing it. It's fun. I love playing with the different technologies out there that fuse as a hybrid tool with my work. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see, that's the other thing here. Right there. Let's see, unable to verify. Try again. Okay, good. All right. Hello, Rodrigo. Good to see you again. Okay, folks. See you tomorrow. And we're good. All right, guys. I'm gonna probably do some a lot more work on my setup here, so there's not as much bogging down. But it's good. I enjoy doing this stuff. It's always fun to do. Create new images. Be here, have a little fun. Stay out of trouble. Peace.